All right, so here's how we've got our units and our cost codes set up. We are a landscaping, outdoor living general contractor. And so these are the units and the cost codes that we are experimenting with. And so here's what we've got. We've got things like bags, cubic feet, standard, cubic yards, days, dollars each, gallons, hours, linear feet. We also have pallets, pounds, square feet, square yards, squares for like roofing, and tons. So far this list has been sufficient to be able to cover all of our materials. And then we've got a couple of cost types. We're going to actually be reducing this back down to the materials. We thought having a variable rate on the margin would be effective, but it has been cumbersome. So we'll be reducing that. And then here's our cost codes. So we've broken it down by the thousands. We've got basically the zeros are these like non-dollar item elements that get put into the budget. So things like we use an item to show a payment schedule of how the proposal is going to be broken down. We've got one for testing. We've got one for just preliminary budgetary numbers that aren't putting numbers into the proposal. Margin, these are just kind of catch-all things that have come up, and that's zeros. The thousands is the design and planning. So you've got design, engagements, engineering, permitting, contracting, so sales commissions, processing fees, these sort of things fall into 1,000. Now the $2,000 range, this is going to be the most built out set of thousand at the $1,000 number level. And the reason we have this as a general contractor is because it's helping us understand how much pavers, how much retaining wall we're putting down, and it's giving us these amounts, even though our subcontractor is the one who is actually building this out. So the purpose of these cost codes are really just to help us understand how our money is, like how the sales are being parsed into materials whenever we're building these projects, just so we understand our project a little bit better, but they are not necessarily being used to pair with receipts or purchase tickets where we've bought material and we need to assign them to a cost code. So the term for us, cost code, is a little bit loose. So that's what we've got here. And we've broken it out to, we've got the 2,000, 2,100. That's like all of our block retaining wall material. We've got the 2,200 level. That's our pavers. So we can understand the ratio of our 60 mil versus 70 mil versus like an 80 mil paver, which is going to be typically used for driveways or drivable surfaces, permeable porcelain. That metric is important to us. The 2,300 level, all of our natural stones, 2,400 plants broken out into grass like sod and seed, perennial grass, ornamental grass, shrub, tree, vine, and ground cover. This is how our nursery parses out and identifies and categorizes the plants. We've got appliance. We get a little bit of, fractioning basically here, where we can understand how the appliance breakout is. We've got the 2,700 level for bulk material, 2,800 level for for lumber and hardware. We've got the 2,900 level, which is lighting, and that's it for the materials. So that is pretty much capturing how the materials are being spread out through our proposal. Then we got things like the 3,000 levels equipment, 4,000 is for labor, 5,000 for utilities, 6,000 for carpentry, 7,000 for masonry, and 8,000 for just kind of like unique items. And so since the majority of our business is that landscaping piece, it reflects in our cost codes. We've got incredible granularity here. And then once we get to these other aspects, it's pretty simplistic. So that's how we have everything broken out.